Kelly Clarkson, the renowned talk show host and recipient of a Grammy Award, returned to The Kelly Clarkson Show on September 29, 2025 in an episode that elicited a strong emotional response from the audience. This show was her first appearance since the passing of Brandon Blackstock, her former husband, earlier in the same month. Clarkson, who is well known for her honesty and emotional candor, used the opportunity to express her sadness, reflect on their common history, and praise resilience. Her presentation of an hour of television that was powerful and resonated deeply with viewers was a result of these actions. Courageously reclaiming one's place in the limelight. The return of Clarkson to her daytime. The talk show was eagerly awaited by fans and media outlets alike who were speculating as to how she would address the loss of Blackstock, with whom she had two children, River Rose and Remington Alexander. The program began with Clarkson sitting on a plain stool, which was a departure from the colorful set that she typically uses. This was an indication that the show will have a more intimate tone, with her voice unwavering but saturated with passion. She addressed the camera straight while wearing a muted navy blazer and pants. "I have not been on the air for several weeks, and I want to be honest with all of you," Clarkson started. "One of the most difficult periods of my life have been this one. It is an indescribable agony to lose someone that you were once in love with, especially when that person is the father of your children. However, I am here today because I believe in showing up even when doing so is difficult, and in sharing our stories with one another, because that is how we heal." The crowd, which consisted of a combination of people who were in attendance at the studio and people who were watching from their homes, was noticeably affected. Many of them were posting their responses in real time on Kelly's unadulterated honesty is the reason we care about her, writing one commenter, "For a considerable amount of time, I will be carrying this episode with me at Kelly Clarkson's show." Looking back on a difficult period in time, the connection that Clarkson had with Blackstock was a major turning point in her life, characterized by both happiness and difficulties. The pair, who were married from 2013 to 2020, had a divorce that received a great deal of media attention. Conflicts between them regarding finances and custody of their children was the focus of news stories. Despite the tumultuous nature of their breakup, Clarkson has always expressed a great deal of gratitude for the role that Blackstock played as a parent. She did not avoid discussing the intricacies of their relationship in the show. She stated, "We have had our difficulties, and I have been candid about them," making reference to their reported divorce. "Brandon, on the other hand, played a significant role in my life. Regardless of what transpired between us, I will always be thankful for the fact that he gave me two lovely children." Grief does not take away the positive memories, but it also does not take away the difficult ones. It is all included as part of the narrative. This open reflection resonated with audiences, especially with those who are going through the difficulties of their own personal relationships. Clarkson demonstrated her emotional intelligence by being able to express the duality of love and grief. This is a credit to her capacity to explain both of these emotions. Her show has been a standout in the congested daytime television scene, thanks in part to this trait. A musical tribute. As has usually been the case, this episode was no exception in that music provided a means for Clarkson to process feelings. She sang a stripped-down version of her 2004 hit, "Because of You," halfway through the set. It is a song she created based on her own experiences with heartbreak and loss. The audience gave Clarkson a standing ovation after she sang with only a piano accompaniment despite the fact that her voice cracked at times. Her delivery, however, was both forceful and unrefined. She later provided an explanation for her choice of song, stating that it was because it was about taking on suffering and transforming it into something greater. It felt like the right thing to do today. Users praised Clarkson's vulnerability and shared footage from the program, with the performance being the highlight of the episode. Her voice is a gift, but it is her heart that makes this performance unforgettable. One person remarked, in addition, there were guests who appeared on the program, and they reflected Clarkson's message of perseverance in the face of tragedy. The therapist and author Lori Gotadal participated in an emotionally charged conversation with Clarkson on the process of overcoming loss, with a focus in unforgettable, significant manner. Kelly, you are demonstrating to us how it is possible to laugh and cry at the same time. Today, Sterling K. Brown, an actor and another speaker, discussed his personal experiences with grief by relating the story of his father's passing and how it influenced his outlook on family. During difficult times, Clarkson and Brown had a fondness for comfort food, and this topic served as a source of comedy that lightened the discourse. Clarkson made a just saying, "You know, I'm stressed eating some mac and cheese after this," which lightened the mood of the program considerably. A message that instills optimism. The significance of community and connection in the healing process was a continuous theme throughout the show. According to Clarkson, she read letters that fans had written to her about their own losses and shared tales with the group. One letter was from a viewer who had lost her spouse and found comfort in Clarkson's singing. Clarkson replied, her eyes brimming with tears, "Your stories remind me that we're not alone. We are all in this together, figuring things out as we go along." She also addressed her children indirectly, recognizing that it would be difficult to explain to them the fact that Blackstock had passed away. She stated, "I'm attempting to be strong for my children, but I'm also allowing them to witness me crying. I want them to understand that it is all right to feel all of their emotions." Many parents who were watching rushed to social media to express their gratitude for the honesty with which Clarkson spoke of parenting while grieving, overcoming one's fears with the power of vulnerability. The audience was asked by Clarkson to engage in a moment of gratitude toward the end of the show, which is when the episode's emotional climax occurred. She requested that everyone share something they were thankful for, whether out loud or quietly. The responses varied from expressing thankfulness for family and friends to simple pleasures such as a favorite song or a day with sunshine. Clarkson expressed her own sentiments. I am grateful for my children, for this show, and for all of you who let me be honest with you today. This interactive section highlighted the show's goal of encouraging connection and sincerity, two characteristics that have been defining elements of Clarkson's time as host. This episode of The Kelly Clarkson Show is a good example of the qualities that have garnered accolades for the program since its premiere in 2019, namely its warmth and relatability, the critical and fan response.